If I say that Mumbai is the dirtiest city, would you agree? See, Mumbai has a huge plastic waste problem, and according to research, nearly 5 million kilograms of plastic, yes, 5 million kilograms of plastic flow into the Arabian Sea every year through around 50 drains and nullahs. So can you see the lack of civic sense? People throw garbage carelessly, and this problem is not limited to Mumbai only. It ends up in the Arabian Sea, causing problems beyond India as well. Both the people and the management are responsible. People have very little civic sense, or I can say zero civic sense, because they do not think twice before making the place dirty where they live. And on the other hand, the BMC also fails to manage Mumbai properly. But now the BMC has planned a new cleanup drive, and yet the big question is, how will it clean so much of plastic, and what exactly is this new plan? In this video, we will understand the entire story in detail. We will take a look at Mumbai's plastic waste problem and the solution that is being planned. Hello, I'm Khatija and you're watching Deep Dive on Lokmat Times. Now, before we move ahead with this story, do subscribe and press the bell icon for more updates that matters. Now see, Mumbai has a huge plastic waste problem, and according to a year-long study by the Ocean Cleanup, nearly 5 million kilograms of plastic flow into the Arabian Sea every year through around 50 drains and nullahs across the city. This is not just an environmental issue, it is a civic failure, a waste management failure, and a public behavior problem all at once. The study found that major pollution routes include Thane Creek, Malad Creek, and Vasai Creek. These are the points where a large amount of waste moves from the city's drainage network into the sea. And once that plastic enters the water, it does not simply disappear, it spreads across the coastline, harms marine life, and adds pressure to Mumbai's already fragile coastal system. In fact, the impact is much bigger than many people realize. This waste affects around 220 kilometers of coastline, damages nearly 152 square kilometers of mangroves, threatens 107 protected species, and affects the livelihoods of almost 1.9 million people who depend on coastal ecosystem. So when we talk about plastic waste in Mumbai, we are not talking only about dirty drains, we are talking about a chain reaction that affects the city's environment, biodiversity, and economy. Now here's the bigger concern. Mumbai is one of the cities that is contributing to a large share of river-based plastic pollution globally. It has been identified among the 30 cities worldwide responsible for nearly 1/3 of river-based plastic pollution. That means this is not just a local problem anymore, it has become a part of a global pollution change. But why is Mumbai so difficult to clean? The answer is very simple: tides. Mumbai has a unique coastal system, and a strong tide makes the problem worse. Plastic waste does not just move from the city into the sea. During high tide, it can also move back into the city. That means the waste is constantly shifting, which makes cleanup far more complicated than in many other cities. And this is where the things becomes important. Because the real problem is not only that plastic reaches the sea, the deeper problem is that people keep throwing garbage carelessly into the system in the first place. Mumbai's drains and nullahs often become dumping routes for plastic packaging, wrappers, and mixed waste. So yes, cleanup systems are needed, but if people continue to dump garbage without any civic sense, the problem will never end. This is why many people argue that the issue is not just about infrastructure, it is also about public behavior. If citizens do not segregate waste properly, do not dispose of garbage responsibly, and keep treating drains as trash bins, then no cleanup machine can solve the problem completely. The city will just keep collecting the same waste again and again, and at the same time, the management side has also serious responsibility. The BMC and other authorities have already installed trash boom in some places to block waste in drains. These are useful steps, and thousands of tons of waste have been collected so far. But experts say stronger and more scalable solutions are still needed. That is because a few barriers or booms cannot handle the full scale of the problem across the entire city. So what is the new solution? Well, the Ocean Cleanup plans to install special trash interceptors at key points where drains meet the sea. These systems are meant to catch plastic before it spreads further into the ocean. In the first phase, 2 interceptors are expected to be installed in Trombay and Malad before the monsoon. These are expected to collect between 61 and 92 tons of plastic in the early stage. Over the next 3 years, the plan is to expand these systems across all 50 major nullahs that carry plastic waste into the sea. The idea is to create a much larger impact at scale, not just clean 1 or 2 spots. But even this needs to be seen honestly. This is a useful intervention, but it is not a complete solution. It is basically a way to catch waste at the end of the pipeline. It helps reduce the amount of plastic entering the Arabian Sea, but it does not fix the original reason why the waste is there. It does not automatically solve poor segregation, weak collection system, open dumping or careless littering. And that is the most genuine point here. If Mumbai wants a real solution, it needs more than cleanup devices. It needs better waste segregation, stronger enforcement, better collection system, public awareness and much stricter action against littering. It also needs people to understand that civic sense is not a small issue. It is the foundation of a clean city. And most of the plastic reaching the sea is also low-value packaging. That means recyclable waste is often picked up earlier by waste collectors, while the harder-to-manage plastic is left behind. So what reaches the sea is not always the easiest waste to deal with. It is often the most neglected waste. This is why this problem keeps coming back, because the system is not stopping waste at the source, and the public is not always disposing of it responsibly. So the burden falls on the drains, the creeks, and then the sea, and finally on the environment and the people living around it. So yes, Mumbai's plastic waste problem is serious. It is a mix of public negligence, weak waste management, tidal complexity, and long-term environmental damage. The new cleanup plan is a step in the right direction, but it cannot be treated as a magic fix. Real change will only happen when both people and management take responsibility. This is not just about cleaning garbage, it is about changing the way the city handles waste in the first place. Now we want to hear your criticism as well. Tell us in the comments what do you think about this issue. Thanks for watching Lokmat Times.